Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without lead. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ballchat.
Greetings, football lovers. Happy football day to the football fans. Welcome to Ballchat podcast. My name is Benton, along with the rest of the crew. Junior, wagwan. Come on, wagwan. Family, on the steer.
Like you come on a chat to talk still, but let me tell you something. I don't want nobody to be poking fun at anybody right now. So Benton, I am not poking fun at anybody, okay? So I'm put a disclaimer out there from now. But guess what, Benton? For 90 minutes, I almost have heart pressure problem and blood pressure problem until Garnacho score for Man U. Jesus, people. Mr. Benelli start ball for the team.
Well, sir, for 90 minutes, you were worried about coming on Ballchat to the family.
I was worried. Water was running out of my eye. I was crying. Them almost called paramedics for me until Garnacho score. I feel good now.
Saved by Garnacho. Come on, how you doing, family?
I'm okay. I mean, what was Junior's problem? It was 1-1. He had a point more than my side. So what's his issue?
The issue is that, Junior can talk for himself. What was the issue, family?
You know that's called a double and triple entendre because it's a whole heap of stone we threw a while ago. I don't come on alone get licked, A whole heap of stone get threw a while ago. And for the record, we own Ballchat. Nobody can take Ballchat from me. So who want to feel slighted? So I laugh after who a ball. I care zero.
All right, okay. All right, football family, welcome to Ballchat podcast. We review some of the week's major news in the world of football. We're going to kick off the show with our Ballers and Bugs segment, highlighting the impressive players of the week and the unimpressive players of the week. We're officially at the World Cup break, family, break for the World Cup. Major tournaments take a pause and World Cup football will officially kick off next week. We'll take a look at the landscape of things in the major leagues, La Liga, Serie A, and the EPL. Look at the standing, look at two running things as we enter into the World Cup break. And we'll discuss yard ballers. Reggae Girls is getting ready to play Paraguay later on this evening, kicking off in 55 minutes. And big up to Man in School. Have to big up Man in School as they look into running for a Doncaster Cup, first time in history, so you don't know how you go. But we're kicking off with Ballers and Bugs, family. Come on, Ballers of the week. Impressive players. Who do you have?
So I have to give it to Ivan Toney. Yes, he was disappointed. Well, some people said Ivan will never have a chance to make England squad, but it was nice to see him bounce back after that disappointment. So it was his brace versus City was a good little run this morning, so he gets it. And even though it was against Wolves, Arsenal continues to defy expectations. So we have to give it to Arsenal. Conte and Spurs, any given day, Spurs would have lost this game, but they found a way to come back and beat Leeds 4-3. Napoli and Victor. Listen, Victor, Chelsea need you, European. So not an honorable mention to Juventus for winning their 6th straight Serie A game. When they're doing poorly, we talk about it. So that's my honorable mention. So Ivan Toney, Arsenal, Conte and Spurs, Napoli and Victor, and I threw in Juventus in there just because.
Just because. Keep the Ballers and Bugs running. Junior, who do you have, family?
Well, you see my ball, I'm going to piggyback on Sir Ivan Toney for sure. David De Gea is keeping out of his mind, and that's going to kind of tie into my Bugs of the week. Because David De Gea made some spectacular saves today. We can't, but I will beat up Chelsea too much. Newcastle. I really love what Newcastle is doing. They're winning their games and winning in all types of games where they seem like they are the real deal. They have to give it to the not only the reggae girls, but the supporters that turned up for the game when they beat Paraguay or One Love, what they, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It one of the greatest things that I've seen in the team picture is to see the fans in the stands behind them. When was the last time we saw a Jamaica home game with a team picture? I was the empty stands behind them. It's great I don't care if it's 100, I don't care if it's 500. It's great to see the supporters going out there and supporting the reggae girls. Hope they keep that up. Those are everybody will buy a ticket. My baller of the week.
All right, big up to the supporters. Definitely Catching Hall Stadium was nice little crowd for the game against Paraguay. They will play again tonight at the National Stadium. So big up to the supporters who continue to support the reggae girls. Ballers of the week with the Ballers and Bugs segment. Send on your Ballers family, send on your Bugs. Ballers, the impressive players of the week. I have a couple ballers I want to highlight. Firstly, I want to highlight Rafael Leao. Scored again for AC Milan as AC Milan goes into the World Cup break with another victory. So big up to Rafael Leao. I'm looking forward to see Rafael at the World Cup. Big baller. Looking forward to this youth do some good things at the World Cup. Ball of the week to Danny Ings. Big up yourself, Danny Ings. Scored 2 goals as the Unai Emery revolution continue at Aston Villa. Ball of the week to Danny Ings. Scored 2 goals. Ball of the week finally to Paulinho in that midfield for Fulham. CDM, excellent player. A workhorse. Instrumental to hold on to them for a draw, but we'll discuss the bugs who dash with the man and ball game. But Paulinho, ball of the week for Fulham. Industrious, hard-working player in that midfield. All right, send on your ballers, family. If you have bugs, send them on also. Come on, I know you have a lot of bugs. Send them on, family. Who you have?
I'm not a whole heap of bug, Chelsea and the manager who
shocker.
made 8 changes.
That's a surprise.
I wasn't going to talk about it. I already said I'm going to stop watch Chelsea until them get them act together, because them almost get Junior, or the paramedics almost come for Junior. Madden almost come for me. Like every time I watch Chelsea, it's like heartache. So Chelsea and the manager who made 8 changes and lost to resurging Newcastle, my bug. Fulham and Bobby Reid. I think Bobby Reid walked Homeboy into the goal, but I could be mistaken. But in play okay. Let me take off Bobby off right. Fulham for allowing the 1 point to slip out of them hand. Good goal still, but them a bug. Union Berlin. After we were talking about Union Berlin being a breath of fresh air in the Bundesliga, Union Berlin started to slip. At this rate, they made us slip into the 18th spot. So Chelsea and the manager, Fulham and Union Berlin. Those are my bugs. Oh, I have to give an honorable shout out to Tyler Adams. Last week, I said Tyler Adams is the best thing you could find for Leeds. An unnecessary second yellow for Tyler Adams was a stupid challenge to get that second yellow card to allow his team to be down a match. So he gets my honorable mention.
Honorable mention. We're handing out honorable mention, bugs and ballers this week. Big up to the family. Junior, your bugs of the week, family. I noticed hot off the press, Piers Morgan tweeted that Ronaldo saying that United have betrayed me, quote, and made the black sheep. I presume that's your bug of the week, family.
Well, yeah, because Piers Morgan is an Arsenal supporter. Why the hell are you in? It probably like Piers Morgan just love conflict. Arsenal do good. Stay over Arsenal, brother.
He's a journalist, Junior.
You're not a sports journalist. That's why CNN
maybe that's why Arsenal do well can perch over Man U side.
It could be like a crisis, pestilence, torment. Yo, but if I drink some coconut water, man. You know, leave the side alone. Piers Morgan, you come from England. You don't have nothing to do with Portugal, nothing to do with Man U. Go beside the man. Bug of the week of Piers Morgan. It just piss me off in the night. I know where's my bug of the week. Gareth Southgate. Now, let me tell you something. Me and Benton and Cameron, we talk about the teams that get picked for World Cup. And Benton, you kind of hinted towards a shock that Bobby Firmino is not picked for Brazil, right? Because Bobby is a proven striker. All right, cool. So you look on Liverpool. Look on that same Liverpool side. Who upon Liverpool who is a proven baller that is not played as much? The Jordan Henderson. What the backside am I doing the England side? Look on 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I look at you, Benton, when we're talking about Sterling. I'm gonna say, but Benton, we're criticizing Sterling. I guarantee Jack Grealish going there to the World Cup side. What the backside Jack Grealish are doing at the World Cup side? Calvin Phillips, but like Calvin Phillips. But Calvin Phillips are playing 1 minute this year. What the backside am I doing at the World Cup side? And then you're not bringing Tomori, who is probably the best English defender out there. Why? Because he played for AC Milan. Well, what has he done for AC Milan? Idiot. The man win the Scudetto. On the backside, you don't bring Tomori. Oh, they don't let go the Dan, Jadon Sancho. Gareth Southgate are one of the biggest idiot. The man's a fool. I feel, because I'm not going to say he's racist. And I'm putting this disclaimer out here. This is my opinion. I'm not going to say he's racist. But he makes some decisions where you look upon and you say, I wonder if more like a prejudice in them bone. But guess what? You see the racist English people, them don't want to claim Gareth Southgate either because he's not fool. Jeez, you're the man dumb. I hate that, man. What a man fool, man.
Hold a second.
Yeah,
did I miss Junior call Harry Maguire name? Did I miss it in his ranting?
No, he didn't.
As to why? So he was asking why all these players are in the English squad going to the World Cup. I was sitting here with
have an answer.
Harry Maguire. I don't mean hear Harry Maguire name.
I have an answer.
Everybody's name I ask whatever. Is Harry Maguire in the? Yesterday we had a conversation, and I am glad you touched on the racist part. This is not Ballchat. This is my opinion, whatever. I was saying to my husband, I said, Kevin, I don't know if Southgate is racist because we have Saka and we have Sterling, right? So we can't say him not like the color of his skin because you already have that. That being said, is it because he came and he saw Raheem? Is it because Saka is performing at this level where you cannot deny him the opportunity? But what is it? I get it. Ivan Toney is perfect on penalties. We know some of the games might go to penalties. We're going to need a great penalty taker. Yes, Harry Kane is a good penalty taker. But if you have a man who take 18 penalties and score 18 penalties, you call him a penalty specialist, right? Like how we have Jorginho. He's a okay, fine. I get it. Southgate is a madman. One boy said Harry Maguire is the best centre back in England. Like, England is going to be a teacup this year. It's going to be a tea bag. They're not going to stay long enough in the cup. Go dip, come out and dash away. That's all me see. But if you are choosing Grealish over Ivan Toney, it may not be racism, but it's something because it just defies logic. And then you would think that performance is the first thing you use when you're picking a squad. How well they perform during the season, right? And then you think about the need of the squad, the needs of the squad. Do we need 3 centre backs? Do we need 2 left back? Do we need 4 strikers? Then you look at it. But when you put in Jack Grealish, Calvin, it makes you think about it. Ivan Toney has been performing. But guess what? Him take Ivan Toney the other day, go play a friend, and he did not even use him. So, I mean, like, it is what it is. I think we should not beg Ivan Tony, but I think Ivan Tony must look at representing the reggae boys.
Okay.
Hold on.
Now
1 second. 1 quick second. Big up my brethren Jeremy and leaving. You know what Jeremy had said the other day? Because the man said go over that region. I don't know if I'm Middle East, but I don't want to misclassify them, but the Qatari people come cuss me off. Or to go about it, but don't know more than me. But if go over the region there, and we were talking about why it's important the World Cup is in Christmas and that in the summer, or it's a scammer World Cup and blah, blah, blah. You know what Jeremy had said? Jeremy had said, when him go to Dubai, I'm not talking business, Jeremy, but you say, the man said, you go inside, AC nice, or you open the door, outer door hot, the bad one. So him say, I one thing them need a World Cup. It don't matter if it's a winter or whatever, you need a fridge everywhere. Harry Maguire, the perfect. Perfect. About the English fridge. That's why I'm doing it for. Just keep the people them cool.
All right.
All
right. Fair enough. Yo, football family, disregard them little loose talk.
What do you mean by loose talk?
Yeah.
So what Harry Maguire is there for? He must have carry ice.
He's the best defender, and the coach believe in him. He's one of the best.
He's the best defender against heat strokes, Benton. That is the best elixir.
That's not what the coach of England says. All right, there's a question. If England get booted in the group stage, do you think that Southgate's job is secure?
What? I'm going to fire him before he even come off of the backside field.
I mean, but usually they kind of start with a newer manager after a cycle. So I mean, and
we'll fire him before he come off of the field.
We'll discuss that in detail in the World Cup because we have a few things that I disagree with y'all on, and we'll discuss it in the World Cup segment because World Cup football soon kick off, and we know as a Chelsea fan want to go on the EPL discussion, and we don't go on it. We will not go on the EPL discussion. So all right, we just got to football roundup right now. We can't park my bug for the week. I'll just park my bug for the week and just go straight to the EPL discussion. All right, just kick right off to the roundup. Let me change this right there. So, the gallery. Scores this weekend in the EPL. Brighton 2-1 over Aston Villa. Fulham 2-1 over Manchester United 2-1 over Fulham. Brentford defeated Man City 2-1. That's probably the score of the weekend, the surprise of the weekend, family. Your thoughts on what Brentford did so well? And is this any big deal, anything to worry about for Man City? Or just them lost a game?
If I were to go first, the one concern I have as a Manchester City, if I was a Manchester City fan, is the fact that when the game was tied 1-1, if you look at the whole second half of the game, I think Man City pressured Brentford for the whole time, plus the extra 10 minutes of extra time, right? There was no tone down. You know, like when you're watching the game and you say, all right, the team is now stepping up into our next gear, and we can see where the team is that expect to win is becoming more attacking. In my opinion, Man City played a whole half that way, where the last 10 minutes, they never looked any different than they did in the start of the second half. And they couldn't score. Though they did get a couple chances. Going to 1-for-1, had a glorious chance that he missed. But I don't know if it's a spec, or I don't know if this is a precursor to why Man City can never win the Champions League. Is they don't have another gear that they can step. They don't have a super gear they can transcend to. They are a very good team, probably the best team in England, but Arsenal can give you 5 minutes of beyond exceptional football. Even Man U can do that, but I don't think Man City can do that, and it showed up in this game.
Man, I drink mad post space, man. What you
all right, give me an
exactly
example.
What you're saying. Manchester City doesn't have another gear.
All right, if they have another gear, they never find it.
Yes, they didn't find
Brentford.
It.
And when Tottenham with Patch ran them off the field, they never have a gear then. So if it walk like a duck, talk like a duck, I'm gonna call it a duck.
Maybe it's a quail. You know, what go on is that, and come on, you can speak to this. Pick up to the family. We'll get to your comments in a second. You can speak to this. But this always has been a kryptonite of Pep's ball game. You park and you have somebody who fast and have the ability to score efficiently, like an Ivan Toney. You can have them. Adamana Traore and Wolves ran them off the field a few seasons ago, but the same strategy, park and counter. And your thoughts on this? Is this a blip or should we just be concerned? Because Arsenal fans might get a bit annoyed now.
It's not a blip. It's not. We've seen that has happened to City. That's a problem. So it can't be a blip. So more teams, and I think them fool, and I think them are more like top of them don't watch film, because if you watch the film and you see that is where you can beat Man City, why we don't have more teams doing that? But I also wanted to point out this too, if we realize, and people might near me up, Haaland is 6'6", fast and strong, but he's not technical. And if Kevin is having a bad game, who else having a bad game?
Yeah,
yesterday Kevin had
somebody to supply him.
Yesterday Kevin had a bad game. Haaland had a bad game. The game was so bad yesterday that it resorted to diving. Haaland a dive, Kevin a dive, everybody a dive, because the game was not going their way. It's Junior boy. It's Junior, I see over your hoodie cover your face.
Yeah,
but Haaland is not technical. I'm sorry. It is a strong, fast striker who and I don't have. Who is it that him can bully in a English Premier League? I think we had a game where he couldn't bully Virgin van Dijk because of the same roughness. But he's not a technical enough player to take the game and turn it on his head. If Kevin having a bad game, he's going to have a bad game. So I think if team watch film, have a fast man for cherry pick and contain Kevin De Bruyne.
Garfield, big up Garfield. Garfield said, big talk, come on. Lee, Haaland is a raw 9 speed and kick nothing else. Junior, your thoughts, because you disagree based on your facial expression. You disagree heavily with them talking about touches and lack of touch.
Yeah, because I see where Cabot can draw the conclusion. It's a fair conclusion. But my argument would be that Man City is not the team for a number 9 to drop back in the midfield and show his technical ability. They have midfielders all over the place. So why would Haaland drop back in the midfield and try to be technical when you already have players deployed for that purpose? I mean, Brentford rode their luck. Say Garfield or BM. Somebody has said them have a next gear. City have a next gear. If that is the truth, then Brentford was lucky and they rode their luck. And they did, like Camon said, took on their City's Achilles heel by putting a fast man that can finish in one chance and them ride them luck to the victory, if you want to look at it that way. But for me, for the last 4 to 5 years, Man City has consistently lost games like this. We say if they had a number 9, then will I win the game? Well, guess what? Them have the best number 9 in the world, and them never win this game. So there is something inherent in this team. Every team have a weakness. This is just Man City's weakness. If you can match them energy,
is he the best number 9 in the world if he's not a complete striker? Junior, is he the best number 9? I'm not going to say who's the best number 9.
Who is better than him?
What do you call better in terms of scoring the goals and getting the supply? Who else with other number 9 have a Kevin if put the ball upon a dime? Film. Listen, don't get me wrong. He's a good number 9, but he's not a complete number 9. And if it's a complete number 9, how can you be the best number 9?
So who is the best number 9 in the world?
I don't know who's the best, but he's not the best. He's not the best striker. He's not a player where you say, all right then, yesterday was a prime example, Junior. prime example. Him not technical, and I don't know if you can call him the best striker if there's no technical aspect to it.
Okay. So, but Junior, regarding the best number 9, I mean, it's a debatable thing. I know the Karim Benzema and Robert Lewandowski fans
Is
the world
Benzema technical?
will definitely heavily disagree with them talking about best
Is
Haaland
Benzema
being the best
technical?
number 9.
Is Benzema technical?
Yeah, I've seen Benzema drop deep and a pass ball. I mean, I think that's what Camon is asking for.
All right,
his ability to move
but
and
where is the space? Where is the space for Man City for
no, the space
Haaland
is
to
an
show
issue.
that?
The space is an issue, especially
Right,
when a
so you
team
can't-
park a bus upon them. But the big thing.
And sorry, and you I mean, and you're correct too to say that Brentford rode a lot, because if you look at the stats, I mean, they were outplayed everywhere except goal. 29 to 10 shots. Passes were 622 to 216, and they still lost the game. Possession was 75 to 25. So if Pep don't look at this game and say, listen, teams will cherry pick, right? It's not pretty, but if you want the 3 points, then you will cherry pick. You ride on that last man's shoulder. And trust me, everybody know Cancelo is a red card waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think one of the fundamental errors that Man City made yesterday is the slow build-up play. When teams park on you like that, you have to get the ball moving and move it quickly. And especially when you get them out and you get any opportunity, the Rodri in midfield, slow pedestrian, switch ball from side to side, that just allowed the defenders to just fall back into them low block shape and keep it moving. So, I mean, but we've seen this playbook before with Man City. I just say that. But next, run through some of my comments before we go to Chelsea and Man City there, Junior.
Yeah, so for
Chelsea and Newcastle, my bad.
Heraldo says bug of the week is Chelsea times 10. Ball of the week is Arsenal, the league leaders. BM says baller is Garnacho from Manu. Bug of the week is to Spain national team for not picking Thiago and De Gea. Boy, what a... Garfield says England has always have a coach problem. BM says Ballchat, Southgate just don't rate Tony. I'm not sorry for him because he snubbed Jamaica. That's sorry for him.
Good luck for him.
Anybody who sub Jamaica. Let's just be honest. Today I saw an article from our boy, Mr. President coming. I want him to come soon. Me take my little pretty college money. Mr. President, where he said that he wants to change the perception of the JFF. He wants people to have a different, idea about the JFF. Until that changes, then you can't expect man come. When me and Pinnock knows that him not have no chance to play. Ivan Toney knows that the striker position for England is always competitive. So I don't blame him. I would hold on to.
Yeah, then him can't go on. And when the coach not pick him, then we don't have nothing. We don't campaign for him. Am I right?
No. If the coach don't pick him, the JFF will go back over there, crawling on the hands and knees, and beg him to come play Gold Cup and Nations League.
Please.
Okay.
We have better things to do, but yeah, we have the big striker on there. Our big striker comes.
Boy, big striker. He's going to replace Mikel Antonio.
Good luck to Ivan Toney.
I replace Mikel Antonio.
Highlight family before we look at Chelsea's another bad day in Chelsea's at the office.
Garfield just said Pep is having a problem. He traditionally does not use a raw number 9. He prefers to use players who are more 10 playmakers than strikers.
All right. Chelsea versus Newcastle. We'll look with the goal. Why Newcastle celebrated this victory like they won something major. Of course, Chelsea is a big name team, but it was a gulf between these two teams in the style of play, in the quality of football. It's just, should we worry about Chelsea, Junior?
I'm at the point now. I'm at the point now where my answer is yes. I have always been saying that I expect Chelsea to turn around. I expect Chelsea to do this, and I'm not trying to tease. Come on, when I say it. I honestly think Chelsea have the talent to do it. But the issue now is, do they have the leadership? They don't have an owner that garners the respect in football. They don't have a coach that have the experience of getting out of these kind of doldrums. So how is this any different than when Lampard was coaching them? Because if a Unai Emery was there, if them still had TT, if they had Thomas Tuchel, I would have said, Tuchel has been here before and he has dealt with big personalities. Him can pull them money out. But I can guarantee you right now that one boy is sitting down in there complaining to the team, and I guarantee Thiago is talking at the same time, and I guarantee the players are listening to Thiago more than they are listening to the coach. Even the one them when Thiago attack Portuguese, even the one them when they understand Portuguese, they might listen to Thiago more than they might listen to one boy. So that to me is a problem, and you see it in the style of play. Potter, the way how Potter played at Brighton, you're not seeing that at Chelsea. That is a problem. That means that the Chelsea players are not taking to Potter's system and they're going to go out there and do what they want to do.
Come on, well, I think you're already worried as a Chelsea fan, but I mean, is this too much to ask of a coach who took over, inherited somebody else's squad?
What?
Is this too much to ask of Graham Potter to have Chelsea playing free-flowing football like that we had at Brighton, that he had at Brighton, since he inherited somebody else's squad? These are not his players. Usually, the rule of thumb is that you give a coach a couple transfer windows to bring in their people.
Everybody come in and take over a squad of other people's players, right?
Yes.
Especially if the season has started. The problem I had was everybody thought because he worked magic at Brighton that it would transfer over, like he was going to ride his magic broom from Brighton and bring the magic dust and all that luck over to Chelsea. I am going to say Chelsea's players are not good enough. I think the best player we can probably say is Gallagher. The only reason why people talking about Raheem Sterling is you would say Raheem Sterling is a stalwart. He is him did a long time, so his name is out there. For me, I never liked the Raheem Sterling purchase to Chelsea. I just don't think it was a good fit. Chelsea's game, it moved from boring to desperate to clueless. The coach, there's no idea. No, there's no movement going forward. We are poor in the back, poor in midfield, poor up top. I think the only great saving grace is that we have two competent goalkeepers. But anything else is like, it's like craziness. We always talk about Couture. I just think that's a waste of money. I think the last game he had, there was this still picture that showed him defending the post. He was hugging the post. It's like U9 defending. 8 changes yesterday, same result. I'm not even going to say same as. I think the results were worse than before. I think Chelsea maybe had 1 shot on goal, if I'm not mistaken. It was Gallagher at the same, or 2 shots on goal. Brohaz and Gallagher shot on goal. Those were the 2. We have, there's Chelsea that's run out of ideas. And I don't think that Potter is the man for the job. Remember, we complain and say the Russian was just so quick on the draw. He would fire like this. You win Champions League last year. This year you're struggling. You're gone. I don't think Potter is the man for the job. It will be harsh to fire him now because you want to give him time. But I think the players, we need different personnel because the players are just not good enough. We don't have world-class footballers. Thiago is okay. And you can see we're not going to get back Kante anytime soon. And we really miss someone in the midfield. So I just don't think we have great enough strikers. Abba is definitely not it. I would tell him don't take the number 9 shirt, but if he is hard, well, midfield is just non-existent. And round back, we're just lacking. So I have been worried about Chelsea from them get Raheem. They got no other great footballer. And once they fire TT, I was worried then and I am worried now. And I think I'm not going to watch another Chelsea game until we win because I think this is our third consecutive Premier League defeat. And we can't lose to Newcastle. Even though Newcastle had an influx of money, we just cannot lose to Newcastle. At least what we should have done is eke out a draw to get the 1 point. I would have been okay with the 1 point because I said yesterday when I saw the lineup that Newcastle really looked good. So for a coach to come in and do 8 wholesale changes, that does show you them lose the plot.
Yeah, so just to kind of continue the discussion around Chelsea and take the points that you mentioned. Just BM said Chelsea made a big mistake firing the previous manager. I somewhat disagree that I don't know if Graham Potter is the guy. I want to make that abundantly clear. But one thing is certain at Chelsea is that under this new ownership, there's a different strategy going forward. There were a couple of reports that the previous owner was losing a bag of money and he didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? He fired, hired, do whatever he want. This ownership group with Todd Bowley and the new consortium, they are looking to go younger and build talent. They have some of the best young talented players they recruited recently. The kid out of Italy, the youth from Arsenal, and a few players that they have in the system coming through the ranks. So I say all of that to say this. Whatever happened with Graham Potter, they might, and some reports have said this, that even if they don't get top 4, he will still be given the chance to continue because they believe in this long-term project that he's doing. So with that being said, as a Chelsea fan, if that is true, do you need to adjust your expectation?
You know what? If Chelsea end up, let us just, because anything is possible. This is the Premier League. If Chelsea end up out of if Chelsea end up 15th in the English Premier League, do you think they will still keep Potter? I don't think they'll still keep Potter because they've invested so much money. I think right now, I agree that I think they're going to give him an opportunity to kind of right the ship, but he has to move up the table. And I think 10th in the top 8, I think, would be okay. I don't think if we're out of the Europa race that he will be given an opportunity because this is Chelsea. This is not West Ham. This is not Wolves. This is not Fulham. Chelsea. And they expect with the money that they have spent. They wanted Cristiano Ronaldo. TT said, no, you went out there, you got a coach. I don't think they'll be okay with being out of the Europa talk.
Yeah.
But I agree. We can't just keep changing coaches and keep the same personnel on the pitch because we have seen where the personnel on the pitch not good enough. Even if the coach go out there and say, all right then, we're going to use a back 5, right? If you, the players on the pitch, say where the back 5 is not working, you are telling me that you can't adjust yourself on the pitch.
Yeah.
A little bit of pride to not lose a game. So I get it. The coach is the one who is responsible for the game. But if the players are not good enough, the coach on the sideline, he's not the one allowing you to be held to 2 shots over 9. It was 98 minutes because we got 8 minutes of stoppage time, right? You can't tell me as a player who gets millions of pounds that you could not do something. It was just a game. You know what I thought? But I saw Chelsea labored against Newcastle. And it's very hard to say that because this is Chelsea. This is not a DBDB side. Yeah. When your team struggle against a team who usually struggles, then you're like, okay, what is this madness? So yes, the blame is on Potter, but you have to also consider the players on the pitch. And if this is how you think Potter Nana sense. If him say Curly Hair Sue is a good player, Potter is an idiot. Because Curly Sue already.
Yeah, but one thing I noticed differently, and I know Potter is probably trying to build his relationship with the players. Unlike TT, he refused to throw the players under the bus. Thomas Tuchel threw the players on the bus when he was there. But there's a player that is missing, and I blame Thomas Tuchel, and I blame the previous owners of Chelsea, and I blame the current owners of Chelsea. N'Golo Kante is missing, and he's been a bedrock of this team for so long, and there has been no push, no aggressive push to replace him. They have gone out and signed multiple strikers, multiple wingers, they have 5 billion defenders. And there is no player you can look to say who is the N'Golo Kante's replacement. What is happening now at Chelsea is that with N'Golo Kante being missed, is that everyone else is exposed. It's both sides. And at some point, have to go fix up. Have to go fix up. Junior, you want to chime in because the Chelsea fan has had enough.
And look, precursor. I am not. Big up Reggie. Reggie said, big up Ballchat. Sorry I'm late. Missed my reminder. Heard you all on the show Captains on Netflix. Yeah. So people, as you know, we're on a show called Captains that's on Netflix. So make sure you go out there and support it. And the full well people want to do the right thing. Do the right thing. Well, anyway. So Benton, and come on, I'm not drawing comparisons to Man U, but this is why this Chelsea issue to me is bigger than the squad. When Alex Ferguson retired, right, and him say homeboy from Everton is him heir apparent and blah blah blah, and bring him in, right?
Yeah, David Moyes, yeah.
David Moyes.
Yeah.
Man U's backbone players instantly left. Rio Ferdinand, Vidic, Evra, everybody left the team, right? Chelsea win the Champions League and the same team is there. We can't look at Chelsea and say them all. We can't look at Chelsea. You bring it up, Benton. The Kante enigma. Well, guess what? Kante was being forced out of Chelsea before them win the Champions League. If we remember, Tuchel did bench Kante for Jorginho for part of the early part and had to run back to him and then win the Champions League. So we can't really blame the Kante enigma. There is something else there.
The data overwhelmingly says, Junior, the team is more successful with N'Golo Kante in there. Frank Lampard tried the same thing, he tried and bench Kante and he got sacked. Tuchel forward the same thing, and Kante was huge for them in that Champions League final because his ability to cover so much space and do so much work. Who is that guy now in the midfield?
You know what? I think Chelsea have a curse on them because this is like Claude Makalele. Only thing Makalele don't get transferred, Kante don't get transferred to Real Madrid. Remember the same thing they did with Makalele? When them say we don't need you no more, this position black, and then Makalele go Real Madrid and created the Claude Makalele position, right? So it is the same thing with Kante. Ironic, French, small defensive midfielder, but for some reason from then, last week, people about card me, I say, I'm beat up, come on, wicked last week. When we try to talk about how Chelsea not playing no ball since them Lego Zola. Zola was the last time Chelsea was playing pretty football. From then, them build this workman-like mentality, and they have been trying to change that mentality from them time there. From them bringing in my boy from Germany. What name? The captain of Germany the one time. They bringing me in midfield.
Michael Ballack, man.
Ballack. When they bring Ballack, but guess what? Them still needed SCN. Them for some reason. Chelsea is trying to change their persona as a football team. And it's like a curse. Because this is a Champions League winning side. And you go out there and turn this into a mid-table side? How?
Not even mid. Not even mid bottom table. I'm upset.
How?
I don't know who over my side and whoever over my side take it off and it's that damn cursed number 9 jersey. Nobody knows we wear number 9. Speaking of curse, what is up with Christian Pulisic? I think they're not going to renew his contract.
He's a bug. Let's just we need to move
Captain
on.
America?
Yes, Captain
Excuse me,
America is a bug. We could just call it what it is.
beg you the disclaimer then, okay? You're not gonna run the American fans them.
No,
Stop
I
it.
mean,
Hey, man, I want the America fan. Let them go.
Listen, we just not have the world class baller them. We don't have the
exactly.
football them to turn a game inside out.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I say it, and people listen. I get it. We have to lose unless you're Arsenal. You have to lose, right? But it's you lose. We struggled against Newcastle. We struggle against some teams that we're not supposed. I am okay for Man City or Liverpool or Arsenal.
But not
Swinging a Spurs
Newcastle.
now and then because son of a baller beat we. But when you have Nottingham, when you have West Ham, you have West Brom, you have Fulham, you have a run beside ragged. It's crazy. Newcastle was almost relegated, and you have Newcastle like, are you don't make Newcastle ball them look like them a world class baller?
Come on, it's
crazy.
a different Newcastle now. All right, just
I understand, but it's a different Chelsea. It's
Yes,
a
this is also a
different Chelsea.
different
You
Chelsea.
put and a ton of new players. But when you make wholesale changes across an entire, it's almost the entire team, you know. 8 change. I've never seen this. 8 1 2
And
8 changes
them
for
lose.
one game. It's like what is going? So we will see the World Cup break. Everybody across the World Cup, it look like say is a blessing in disguise to my side because I feel like Chelsea would have got 10 games, get them ass pop for 10 games straight. And if that's the case, I'm put all of my drives them in one box in my basement. So I think the World Cup break is man. And so January window, the American have money. He needs to go out there and fill the places that we need to be filled.
Yeah, yeah. All right. We all know the results, but we want to take a look at the standings in the respective leagues. We all know the results of the EPL this weekend in the EPL action. Arsenal sit on top at the World Cup break, sitting on 37 points. Man City second, 32 points. Winners and losers for you guys at the first part of the season, providing that this always was the break, as we know the schedule. Arsenal atop the group, and Wolves weird down the bottom. On 2 points. You mean Wolves play 12 points. Wolves play 15 games. 10 points. Wolves play 15 games and only on 10 points.
They only win 2 games.
It has sound funny, but the real Arsenal fans going to agree with me. The biggest loser this year so far is Arsenal. Because they would not want to stop playing now. Worse with Man City dropping the points now. This is the time where we extend the league as fast as they can. Because we saw this before. When Liverpool did start running from Man City, and then come round Valentine's, Man City turn it on and get it back, right? You don't want Pep to get a month off to sit down and rethink his strategy. If I was Arsenal, I want to play now. I don't want to play the World Cup. Play the game them right now.
Come on, yeah, very valid point. The hottest team don't need a break right now. Keep playing football. Come on. Winners and losers for you in the EPL this first part of the season.
It have to be, for me, Arsenal. It have to be, for the losers, would have to be my side. Chelsea 8. Seriously, was that the last? But I keep saying quality teams always find a way to keep themselves in a great position. Chelsea is 16 points off the leader. 16 points off the leader. I don't know how Man U creep up on we. 5 points ahead of we. So Arsenal for me, the biggest winners, and for me, Chelsea are the biggest losers. Liverpool jump gone. Everybody who was struggling, all the top 4 or 5 teams that were struggling, kind of right them ship and kind of get things going. And we just looking Brighton ahead of we, Brighton ahead of we. It's upsetting. So Chelsea for me
Look
are the
away
biggest
from the
losers
table,
going
Chelsea
into the
fan.
break.
Look away from the table. Arsenal, the EPL will return on Boxing Day. Arsenal will be leaders at Christmas, which is a good omen, right? I mean, based on the experts usually leaders
Yeah,
at
and then
Christmas.
play what? Would them play West Ham and West Ham really in a spot about it. I would be surprised if they come back with David Moyes as the manager. They have been really poor, but
You'll be
it's West
surprised if
Ham team.
David Moyes keep his job. West Ham sitting in 16.
Yeah,
Um,
West Ham and Everton. I would be surprised if Lampard keep him job. It's so crazy. He will be through his jersey at a fan, and the fan throw it back, give him.
this is how things stay. Southampton officially hired a new coach. Ralph Hasselnut is out. So I mean, does Southampton run the risk of getting relegated this year, family?
Yeah, and you could see the look on the coach's face, like he's like, "What have I done?" Commentator was making excuses for him by saying, "Oh, not a lot of training time. Maybe this is the first time he's really seeing the team and what they need to do." And I'm like, okay, so the game versus Liverpool is a training session.
Yeah, get to see the players. Training session is Liverpool B. Arsenal will be top at Christmas, family. Man City second. Let's take a look at other leagues at the World Cup break, family. Before we go to yard ballers and take a look at Jamaican football. In La Liga, family, the one and only Barcelona has somehow figured out how to stay at top of this thing. Are we surprised by Barcelona sitting on top of this thing?
Absolutely.
Now, biggest losers or most disappointing team for you guys so far this year in La Liga. Barcelona sitting on top, 37 points. Real Madrid second, 35 points. And of course, Elche down about. Elche played 14 games and only have 4 points.
Oh,
Elche.
Yeah, but Elche, whatever. But for me, Barcelona has won their last five. It's a surprise for me because me not have faith in them. For me, the biggest loser in this is Atletico Madrid, and I'm surprised that Diego is still there. They exit out of Champions League along with the poor showing in La Liga. They are 13 points adrift. Barcelona play 14 games, only win 7. So I just think they're the biggest losers for me going into the Christmas break for La Liga.
I'm going to beg to differ. You know who I think is the biggest loser? It is La Liga, is the league. Yeah. Because Atletico Madrid has been so poor this year. I don't care how bad they are still one win away from being in a Champions League spot. What does that say for the rest of the league? If you really seriously, think about it. It's a problem for La Liga, Because anybody outside of Spain can beat Atletico Madrid right now. That is how every team should feel. But Atletico Madrid is anybody. So they are still one win away from Champions League spot. How crazy is that?
Yeah, Atletico Madrid, La Liga took a beating. I mean, loss of coaches, big coaches, Unai Emery and Lopetegui, and of course losing talent. So we'll see what happens with La Liga. Let's take a look at Bundesliga at the break, family. The party done for Union Berlin. The party done for Union Berlin. Come on, I mean, we had Union Berlin as ball after week a few weekends as they led the table. Now Union Berlin sitting in 5th position. Biggest winners and losers in the Bundesliga for you guys?
It has to be Bayern. I mean, like Bayern, them decide so them want to come back, come top the table. And yes, Union Berlin for me. They have been doing well, but the last 4 games, they've only had 1 victory. They've lost 2 and tied another 1 and 1-1. So Union Berlin for me, they're dropping fast and hard. And for me, Bayern always find a way for rank to the top of the table. Bayern's goal difference is plus 36. The team is 17. Bochum minus 20 Budanga goalie. Plus 36. They've scored 49 goals. Shoot. Have to be the winner.
Yeah, Bayern Munich has. Junior, your winners and losers in the Bundesliga.
You know, the Bayern coach supposed to be so happy, he must smile from ear to ear, right? Saying, yo, but right the ship, but lucky because he was on the hot seat. I think Oliver Kahn ready.
Yeah.
I think Oliver Kahn ready to kick him out.
Yes.
I think they were hoping that them never qualify out of the Champions League round. So just so they can fire him. So I mean, the man with the one bag of suit, him definitely win. I agree with you. Union Berlin, it was fun while it lasted, right?
It was fun.
No, the start lose.
Before we get your thoughts on some World Cup news and go to Yardballers, Xabi Alonso. Of course, we know Xabi Alonso is a big baller. I know he's the man at Mönchengladbach. Come on, your thoughts on, you think Xabi Alonso, based on what you saw, is the right man for this job? Prior to him taking over, he was the assistant or the Real Sociedad beat coach. Do you think this is too big a step for him too early in his tenure?
Leverkusen?
Yeah?
For Leverkusen?
For Mönchengladbach.
Who we talk about?
Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso, isn't he the coach for Bayern Leverkusen?
Leverkusen. I thought it was Mönchengladbach. My apologies.
No. Yeah, Bayern Leverkusen. No. Remember when he took over, they were in the gully. They were actually in the cellar. And they have done well. I think them beat Union Berlin 5-0 if I'm not mistaken. So I mean him right in the ship. When he took over, they were in 18th place. They're now in 12th. So we can say he's the right man for the right job.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Appreciate it. I was thinking about someone else. I was thinking about Marco Rose.
And for today's football coach, the model are the stencil I use and cut. Today's football coach is different. I mean, it's really hard to judge who can be a good coach. It's really hard because with all these personalities and these social media days we have to deal with, and some luck you have to have as a coach. Because remember, as soon as a coach start lose, is ready to kick him out. So
right.
So you really, before I would say yes, it's too early. But no, you just have to go with a gut feeling. I just hope you start out hot. And when you get cold, you have an extra hot run in you, so you can maintain some level of good karma.
Yeah.
But it's also performance based, right? So
right.
that's the first tool that you use to determine if the coach is good, is performance based. And what I will say is this: I watched the game, and it's a completely different Leverkusen, free flowing football, and I think one of the biggest things that we can also say is that he's a player coach. You can see the reaction of the players. You know when a player is playing for a coach, scoring goal, point for the coach, run over, or whatever. So I think he's the right man. Plus, the Bundesliga is easy. So, hey, he'll be okay.
Yep, big up. Daniel Fark is the man at Borussia Mönchengladbach. So, big up, come on for correction there. Big up, really appreciate it. Let's step away before we go to Yardballers. Let's take a look at the World Cup. World Cup kicks off next week. Remind our listeners of the group. Enough talking about this Qatar World Cup. And, Bruno Fernandes, after the Man United match, made his feelings abundantly clear. Players, fans, some people boycott, some people upset. Regardless, the World Cup is going to take place. Qatar is in Group A, Ecuador, Netherlands in Group A. Qatar and Senegal kicks off next week, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Family, teams release their squad or their roster for the World Cup. Biggest surprise for you guys this week. Who is missing? Is it Bobby Firmino?
No, Bobby.
Junior is over there laughing.
No, for me, no Bobby for Brazil. Somebody messaged me and said, them really not bring Iguain. I was like, don't make me block you. It makes no sense. You go, yeah. It better you bring Junior Boy with score today. But for
Ganacho.
me,
Garnacho.
yeah, but for me, Brazil squad is so deep. Firmino, them could have carry Firmino still. Them could have leave. Them could have leave Danny Alves. Me no know. Yes, I laughed when I said Danny Alves is the Aka version. If you need a you need a locker room vibes, man. And I think Danny Alves, that's what he is. For Spain, I think Spain coach need to let go the bias. And bring the whole I'm friend them because there's no way on earth me I carry Busquets. Not even as water boy. Me no want Busquets from the sideline. So that was also a surprise to me. Danny Alves, Busquets, no Bobby Firmino, and I just don't know where Harry Maguire go. That's just my other one.
Surprises, Junior. Your thoughts? Ecuador kicks off against Qatar next Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Junior, surprises.
No David De Gea, no Thiago in Spain. Thiago, yeah, but David De Gea, no David De Gea. That's one of the biggest surprise. Argentina, I don't know Argentina, admittedly, and I don't think Garnacho should go to the World Cup. But you tell me, say you can't find nobody right now better than Angel Di Maria. You can't find nobody better than my boy with that player Juventus and them running well.
Paulo Dybala.
Paulo Dybala. You tell me, say you can't find nobody better than them there in Argentina?
The ball not injured.
Why? So is he not going to the World Cup now? Because he was on the list.
They might carry. Look at them. I carry money. My money injured.
So it's weird and every team, Tomori. How is Tomori not on the England squad is beyond me. How is Jadon Sancho not on the England squad is beyond me.
Stop the Manchester United campaign about Jadon Sancho.
Tomori.
If you're gonna bring Sancho, you have to bring Tommy.
Tommy, how all right. So real quick, you can't use the argument that Calvin Phillips was great at Leeds. So you say you get a history pass. Tammy Abraham was the most lethal goal scorer in Italy last year. The most lethal goal scorer. And you're not carrying him this year to the World Cup, but you're carrying Calvin Phillips, you're carrying Jack Grealish, but you're not carrying Tammy Abraham. Look, I still feel England have a great chance to win the World Cup, but part of the one they get kicked out of the World Cup.
They're now with nothing.
Nothing.
It's gonna be tea bag.
So, but we have to acknowledge something here in our family. I mean, Cameron brought this up during the World Cup qualifiers with the Jamaican team. You know, Cameron always asks this question: is it about merit? Is Tapa Theodore Whitmore picking players based on merit? And yes, to an extent, there might be a merit component involved in managers selecting their players. But fundamentally, managers are going to pick who they know can carry out the responsibility ahead of, you know, we as fans might look upon you and say, boy, how Harry Maguire in the side. But Gareth Southgate seemed to genuinely believe that Harry Maguire can carry out the task put forth in front of him. I mean, and we just have to work with that. Now, when them get picked up,
you know
when them get picked up in the World Cup, we just laugh.
I work it because England is not my side. So I work with it. And people, and strikers and wingers and midfielders are looking at it and salvage it. Like they're rubbing their hands because Harry Maguire. But listen, it's not like the games that Harry Maguire played, they were behind closed doors. We all see it. We see the errors, the bloopers, the mistakes, the everything. And I just think that he gets a pass because he's an Englishman in the Premier League. That's just my opinion. I mean, you can disagree with me. But for them to stay out of all the teams in the Premier League, he is the best centre back. Yesterday, Stones did look really bad to me yesterday. He's going not as bad as Harry Maguire. But you just have to wonder, yes, merit is important, But what else you bring in? You bring in the man because him sock short, the next one because him dress weird, because it cannot be for performance. They might go World Cup and have a breakout couple games. But for you to get on the squad, you would think merit is the first deciding factor. And that's not what we're seeing. I don't care about England because it's not my team. I can't bring everybody to feel like here.
Well, hear this. Prepare to hear this now, right? I'm prepared for this to be the rhetoric post-World Cup. England probably is not giving up a goal in the first group. Iran, America, and Wales not scoring against England that easily, right? So them goal against average is going to be very nice coming out of the first round. And I'm pretty sure A play B, C play D, E play F, G play H, right? So if England win the group, more unlikely they are going to be playing against probably Netherlands or Qatar. Probably.
Wait, hold on. We are talking about Netherlands and Qatar. Is Senegal and Netherlands is going to top Group A?
Right. No, Senegal going top Group A. So the second place is going to play against England. I think Senegal is going to win the group. So it's either Qatar or Netherlands going to play. If Group A play against Group B, chances are, because Depay is injured, chances are Netherlands can't score against England either. So England might play up to 4 to 5 games, giving up only 1 or 2 goals. Prepare to hear the rhetoric that we are not fair to Harry Maguire because Harry Maguire captain a side that have the lowest goal against average in the World Cup. Prepare to hear that rhetoric. I remember I telling you, because England, if they're playing A versus B, England have the easiest road to the semi-finals. Remember telling you that. Watch England play the semi-finals.
You know what? You know why you must want Harry Maguire to have a bad World Cup. Any have a good World Cup, Man U not sell him. When not recoup on the 97 million. Harry Maguire have a good World Cup contract extension. 4 more years, they might get like the president of Manchester United.
Come on. Hold on. Remember this. Lindelof and Martinez started today. Number 1. We have seen games where Lindelof and Martinez started and then take off Lindelof and put in Scott. And Scott go back and play holding defense instead of Maguire coming on. So listen. If you are a Man U hater, you better hope England give up 50 goals a game and Maguire cannot be sold. Because if Maguire have a great World Cup, well, guess what? Chelsea and the likes going to say, we need a new defender. What do you think Man U going to say?
Cut out that foolish thing.
Yeah.
Cut it right out. Fafana have what? Is a 6-year deal Fafana get?
All right,
the next 4.
That Chelsea.
More money to spend. If Man U will not part with Harry Maguire,
he's already on the block. He's already on the block.
They spent 97 million for your defender, for your centre back. Junior, what is the minimum you think Manchester United will take for Harry Maguire?
Right now, Eric Ten Hag will take anything from Harry Maguire.
I'll take a bag juice. Hold
on. Let me just give you one last point. Remember, Julian Timber was on his way to Manchester United until one boy in Netherlands said, no, if you go, your World Cup spot is in Bada, right?
Van Gaal.
But Van Gaal. Well, guess what? World Cup done January. So, and Varane is injury prone. Man, you can go back to Ajax and knock on the door and say, how much for Julian Timber?
All right.
So Maguire
probably can't stop him, but probably can't swap. But what the thing about James Madison's injury that he picked up? So maybe Ivan Toney still have a chance.
But Madison's the next one.
Check this. Ivan Toney agent.
No. But Madison's the next one. How Madison get picked for the World Cup? What has Madison done for
Hey, just like our foundation, Raheem Sterling get picked. Kareem has done nothing.
And again, we
Nothing.
need to remind the family that the coaches and Garrett Southgate included have the players in favorites. And
Right.
I just those are when them get fixed up at the World Cup, we work with it. In fact, I wouldn't be.
You got England fans there?
No, I am not. I said when them get fixed up at the World Cup. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Iran, USA, and Wales fix them up. But I will go on. We will save that for the formal preview show because I wouldn't be surprised if Carlos Queiroz and Iran fix them, and Tyler Adams and USA fix them up. Because if not, it's an emotional game for them. But looking at it, next Sunday is when the official kickoff, family. Hopefully we can squeeze in a preview show and just watch some football. Junior, we need to do a pool, family. Brazil, VM said Brazil not winning any World Cup with Drama Queen, Neymar. How can you not pick the gear? Madness. Come on, your winner, and Jonah, your winner. No, just early one thing.
If not, no when Messi. If not, no when.
So Argentina. If not, no.
No. I never say Argentina will win. Don't. I think Brazil will win.
All right. So the salt mouth on Brazil. Junior.
I think an obscure team is going to win the World Cup, and I can see Croatia or Belgium winning the World Cup.
All right, so the Croatia thing I agree with, but not also Belgium with Lukaku and is Hazard. Who is leading Belgium team? Is Hazard leading the team?
You better cut out the man.
Is there for emotional support?
No, wait. No, Jalan is just say who has Belgium?
Yo. All right. So there is a. So where's is Qatar? Qatar is in Asia, right?
Yeah, Qatar is in the Middle East. Yeah, part of Asia, the Asian continent. Yeah.
Because there's a stat out there where a South American team has never won the World Cup in Europe, right? There's a crazy stat out there like that. But in Asia, has a South American team ever won a World Cup in Asia? Because Korea, Japan, who won that World Cup? That was France, right?
No, Korea, Japan, and Brazil, man. 2002, right? Wasn't that big Brazil side?
That was the big Brazil side.
That was that big Brazil side, 2002. So if not now for Brazil, why not?
No, McCann. Brazil is beside, but Neymar is not a World Cup winner to me. I'm sorry. So Sean J is saying it should be KDB. At Belgium is, if not now, then well for Belgium. I think the winner of the World Cup coming out of Group F. I really do think so. Really think so.
I mean, I think regardless of KD or whomever, we're going to table this for when we do a formal World Cup preview. But Eden Hazard is one of the first name on the list, and Roberto Martinez list, and Thierry Henry's list. So we'll watch this ride. World Cup family kicks off next week, family. Qatar versus Senegal. I hope Senegal get them about 20. I hope Senegal give them about 20. Give them.
You know what, though? It wouldn't surprise me if an African team win the World Cup this year.
That would be great. All right, Yard Ballers, football family, watch out for some World Cup preview videos, and watch out for our preview show and World Cup watch along coming up, because our time now. All right.
By the way, Germany leading US women 1-0 in the 47th minute. America can lose them 4th straight game in a row. Can you imagine that? Women team.
All right. Big up. Yard Ballers time. Come on.
Big up Germany. Anyways, Bunny Shaw was named Barclays Player of the Month of October. Shamar Nicholson had an assist in a 2-1 victory yesterday. He played 58 minutes. For some schoolboy football, Benton side, Benton always say, if not now, when? Mannings beat Frome 6-1. They're off to their second straight the Costa Cup semi-final. So
Big ups.
Manning does do a thing for Benton there. The KC beat Mona 4-2, beat them so hard. Craig had to get some assistance on the sideline. St. George's beat Charlie Smith 4-1. Manchester beat William Nib 3-1. Lintil beat Central 3-1. Oshnik. I know you think Central was going to win everything. And Clarendon College beat Edwin Allen 2-0. I think the marquee game that's coming up is going to be Mona versus JC. And that's my yard ball roundup.
And that's a semi-final game, right? So semi-final 1 is JC versus Mona, and semi-final 2 is Stats versus KC, right?
Yep.
Did Whisper score against him coach?
Hat trick.
What?
Hey, remember me tell you, made for TV. Remember me tell you.
Yo.
And yes, I was poking fun at Craig Butler earlier when we talk about having blood pressure problem, but we're gonna blah blah. But remember, made for TV moment. I am telling you right now, Mona is winning Manning Cup, and we are going to see a replay of the fight in the final, Mona versus KC, and Craig Butler will be like the phoenix, rise from the ashes. The lion, no go down. Hey, remember Craig Butler voice. The lion, no go down.
Cut it
You
out.
beat it, but like the phoenix, rise.
Mona not beating JC. And I have to give a shout out to the young man who Mark Whisper the whole game yesterday. Yes, you gave up 2 penalty, but the way how you play yesterday, I know you go on bed. You don't even eat no dinner. You probably drink a Gatorade and go straight to your bed. But big up, you have a lion heart.
Yeah, big up. Come on, before we go my yard, Tyreek Zemenes of JC. What's going on with Tyreek and Jamaica College? Why is Tyreek still playing football for Jamaica College?
My little inside link telling me that he's there to keep fit because he is moving on to Europe in January. So they're giving him games so that he can stay fit. I don't have nothing to do with JC want to win a cup. So he's keeping fit. Also, shout out to big man Bobby. Bobby, them say you're 16. Go your bed early at night time. Stop rub and stop bleach. Go your bed. You look old. Stop it. Cut it out. JCFC will beat Mona.
That's happening. Made for TV special. Just like when the US Olympic the bobsled hockey team beat the pesky Russians in the Olympics, the old man from Russia, the young Mona Lions is going to rise from the ashes of the KC drubbing and beat JC and beat KC in the final. Remember me tell you, in the words of Bobby Frey, the great man himself, Mr. Craig Butler.
Hey, hold on. Emotion you talk off when you not talk off for stats. It's okay. As a matter of fact, let us not say stats because football is played on the day. Yeah. But I must say, when I watched it after, the KC Mona game was a good little football. You know, I feel about schoolboy football, not my cup of tea. I saw 2 pictures today, one eye boot in a one boy face and one scissors foul him. It's just a little bit too rough for my use. But you know, if young man go and get some playing time, stay fit for his little export, you know, in Europe in January, and that's a good thing. But young men, if you have scholarships, take the scholarship. Don't sit and wait.
All right.
Big up Jason Frame. Jason Frame said big up Ballchat. Late check-in. It was hard climbing down from the tree after visiting the elephant top of the table.
Arsenal.
Fans. The Arsenal fans are ridiculous. When Man City lost, I got 15 texts from Arsenal fans to say, we're top of the league and we don't even kick a ball yet.
Imagine, before we even go over with Junior Wolmans. Do you guys need a change at the helm at Wolmer's? I mean, Wolmer's finished third in their quarterfinal round. Is Jerome Weir the right man for the job, family?
Normally, I
I can't my matey bag at about. My matey bag is a good proper coach.
normally I will wait to answer this question, but I feel like if I wait any longer, the answer might take too long for reach. So come on, don't make me wait in vain. In the great words of Bob Marley, I don't want to wait in vain for no championship. So, Mr. Jerome, go and wait over there, so in the unemployment line for me, there, please. But we don't wait no longer over here, so for win the championship. Because Money Cup is not a waiting thing. Yeah? Go on over there, so when you're waiting. Oh,
You're impatient, doing I'm first season this.
I
The man
can't
is
wait any
building.
longer.
He's building. Man is building a program. It take Craig Ward, this is second season at Mona to build a program. JCFC building their program. I mean, you have to give Jerome is a top coach. I would say Jerome is one of the winningest coaches in Jamaica. And you can tell me, say, who no one disrespect the great matey bag? Not on my
How long
watch.
should I wait? How long should I wait? Come on.
In vain.
Manchester and Mannings will play in the next play in the final Group A match in the Doncaster Cup. Mannings looking to book their place in the semi-final. Clarendon College is leading their group. Clarendon College will play Dintil, and Edwin Allen will play Central. Mannings want to avoid Clarendon College as much as possible until that final game, because Teacher Hyde and the Clarendon College outfit is a different sort of animal. So, this is a wrap.
You'd rather lose in the final.
You'd
You'd rather lose in the final. You'd rather lose in the final. But they don't lose
in the final. But you don't know, maybe we can work some up here and just win it. Let me just remind people, because we're doing Arsenal fans, them checking in late. One of them just texted me and asked me to remind them of the EPL table before we go my yard.
Don't remind them nothing. Only the on top.
So in keeping with the Arsenal fans, Arsenal are on top.
Hey, you know what the Arsenal fans, them, you know what them do? Them a new coolie. We're not used to. It's terrible. I mean, like, act like you've been here before, man.
Arsenal sitting on top on 37 points. Top of the league at Christmas. World Cup football kicks off next Sunday. We're in the Ballchat preview show for the World Cup. And get ready. Yo, hey, come on and Junior, and big up to the family. Big up to every listener out there. Big up on yourself. We are going where we are,
Later.
All right.
Bye.